Welcome to Bessies and Bubbles.
Welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers, friends.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. And you know what? I always love podcast day, but I have to tell you, on this day,
On this day.
I'm so excited.
Really?
Yeah, I think I shared that with you this morning. Like,
You
I'm so
did.
excited.
You did.
And for like really no reason than just to like be
Well,
together.
Honestly, the last podcast we did that we recorded together, we had somebody in between us.
Well, we did.
We had our first interview.
We had a guest.
And now, you know,
Yeah,
it's
now
just back to us.
It's just back to us.
It's back to our routine.
The cozy
and
couple.
We so enjoy this.
Yes.
So
we enjoyed our guests too.
we do.
But,
yeah.
But, you know.
She understands.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't even think she watches us, so.
Well, she might.
She might watch
with the one
last
episode
week's.
that she's in. Yeah.
Yeah, for
right.
sure. For sure.
For sure.
That's
Yeah.
great. Well, listen, if you Gen Zs are watching, we want to know. We would love to know, like, what age group and male or female find us interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's just good information.
Yeah, I think.
So,
yeah. I mean, we can kind of tell a little bit from our stats, but it'd be kind of, you know,
yes.
good to know.
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about what everybody has, not everybody uses.
Very true.
But we're talking about intuition.
Intuition.
And I think that males think that females have a better sense of intuition. Do you feel that way too?
There's a phrase called female intuition.
Yes, but we
right?
all have intuition.
We do. We actually do. You know, it's interesting because I think maybe the reason for that is because women, if you just look at holistically, right, do things more based upon their feelings or from the heart, right?
True.
You know, there's always that heart stance and then the brain stance, right? And so I think that's why. But in reality, we all have intuition.
Everyone has intuition.
Yes.
And I also think that females tend to be a little bit more like in tune with their body. And as we'll all learn today, that's a big part of it. Determining if it's this or intuition is kind of recognizing how your body reacts to something. And I think females tend to be a little bit more in tune with their bodies. That could be a stereotype. Somebody prove me wrong. But I do tend to believe that in my experience. But I also probably talk to more females about their bodies in my lifetime, right, than males. So.
Oh, fair.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the people I talk to are females. So if we're talking about feelings or intuition, it's not like I'm like talking to some dude like, so when's the last time, you really had a gut feeling about something, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't come up.
Maybe some of our friends who are therapists might think a little differently.
Do you have any male therapist friends?
No,
I don't.
I don't even have any therapist friends.
Okay.
I have acquaintances or I know of people, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have any friends per se.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I do. I have, but no male.
Okay.
Therapist friends that I know.
Right. But I feel
a lot of
they're
people
out
that
there,
act like therapists, they love to tell me what to do.
Of course. but they're out there because I would feel sometimes men that are in therapy might want to speak to a male therapist.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, we pulled up some information so we could be fact speaking.
Yes.
And go ahead, Kimmy.
Well, I mean, intuition, really it's that trusting of your inner compass, right?
Yes.
And you know, like we said, heart, but it's a little bit more than the heart. So, the definition, and I will read this, of intuition, it's the ability to understand or know something without the need for conscious reasoning. So let that sink in for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's, as we've talked about, it's that inner gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a gut feeling about something.
Right.
Right? Go with your gut. Right? We've
Mm-hmm.
heard those phrases before.
100%.
So, anyway. It is also rooted in experience. So, your subconscious, right? Your brain stores past experiences and patterns, which then your intuition draws on. So,
Right.
for example, and I've said this before, when you like when you know your house is a home is
Mm.
when you go through and like, and you mentioned this as well, you you automatically flick on a light, like you know exactly which light switch turns on what light or
Sure.
what it doesn't or
Without thinking
whatever,
about it.
right? Or you know like how many steps it is to the bathroom or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think about it, you just know.
Your subconscious knows because you've walked that path. You've switched.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
I even think people have said about that in driving before. Like when you take your kids to school,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is intuition, but maybe it is, where your subconscious takes over and you're not even you're just going through the motions. I
Yeah.
guess maybe that's a better way of saying things.
Yes.
You know.
And there's been some tragic situations, but we'll get to experiences that we know about.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
it is also biological, right?
It is biological.
So,
It's not all in your head.
right.
You have physical
Yeah. Yeah.
symptoms.
I mean, I think there's a lot of language in here and a lot of science and biology and terms in here, but I think that like your body understands and knows these things, but it's like it's also in your brain too.
I
I don't know
feel
how,
it.
like-
We'll talk about our own experience,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
like literally feel it in my gut.
Okay.
In my gut, whatever my gut is, somewhere in here. That's
I
where
do
I feel
feel, but it is biological.
It's biological.
So,
I am actually feeling something. Yes, it's physical. Yes.
and then lastly, it's fear versus intuition, right?
This is important, I think. Yeah.
And I think maybe people can, excuse me, get the two of them confused because fear is more like anxiety, right? Where
Which we're going to talk about in another podcast
yes,
very
because
soon.
it is very important. Intuition it's calm, right? Like you have this feeling, and like it can maybe be urgent, like if something's happening to someone and you have that feeling, but if
Mhm.
you are going with your gut versus a you know uh, a fact or what have you,
Yeah.
then you're okay with it, right? Like
Yeah.
I think the whole thing with intuition is not so sure about that. Either I'm not doing this because of this, or I am doing this because of this.
Yes,
and
they
it's how
said-
you feel.
Yes, they said fear is impulsive. Fear makes you
Yeah.
feel impulsive.
Yeah.
Where if it's your intuition that you're feeling, it's a calm feeling, it's a logical feeling, it's something
Okay.
your body might be reacting to, but you feel calm and you're okay waiting.
I like that. Yeah.
And that's different where fear is like that fight or flight
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
So that's how you're supposed to determine. My microphone keeps popping upside down. I don't know if it's okay or not. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying.
It's okay.
So that's a big difference. So Kimmy, tell me when you have felt your intuition.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
So most of my intuition for the last 26 plus years has come from my children.
Where you feel things
Where
about your
I
kids?
feel things about my kids,
Yeah.
even when they're not like around, right? And interestingly,
Very interesting.
I was reading and we talked about this, and I'm not sure if our friends know this, but women who give birth or who are pregnant, to be honest, and your baby's cells like stay with you for a really, I'm gonna say forever just because I want to say forever,
Well,
but it's a really long time.
It's proven to be decades. It lasts different for different people, but they say
Yes.
well into a female's 30s, 40s, and 50s, they have found the cells of their children
Yeah.
in their body.
And vice versa.
And it can go to it could go to the mother's brain.
Yes. or your organs,
Organs
or
first, and then
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I think,
Wait, did you know that?
well,
I learned that on this day.
yes, I knew that, but yes, we talked about it, but it makes sense if you think about it, right?
I didn't think. I thought once they
No?
came out, we were kind of done with things, sharing things.
I mean, we
I
shared we
thought
shared a lot.
we
I
shared a
mean,
lot while they were there, and then they came out, and I was like, okay. No, I didn't. I didn't know that their cells could. We looked it up. Pass through the placenta,
yeah.
go to my organs, go to my brain, and still be found. My all four of my children,
Yes.
their cells can be found in my body,
And yours can be found in theirs.
and mine can be found in theirs. I actually think that's so cool. So you're tying like that cell now that we
Sharing,
know
yeah,
that
right, yeah.
to intuition,
Well,
which is different than what I think. So
so
do tell.
well, I'm just saying, and I don't know if you felt this way or if our friends have felt this way. I just feel that there are times when I have thoughts about my children, and it's out of the blue, right? It is not something that's like an ongoing thing. It's something just happens,
Yeah.
right? And it's like a feeling.
Yeah.
So that's intuition, right? And either I'm thinking about them or something's happened to them, good or maybe not so good,
And
right?
you have contacted them, and that's been verified.
Or they've contacted me. That's what's
Even
more
stranger.
bizarre.
Yes.
Um,
That, because that has happened, that increases your ability to pick up on it another time
yeah.
because it's been verified. That's what they're saying. Your
Well,
subconscious.
that's exactly what we've said.
They're
Yeah.
saying intuition. Your subconscious is pulling from past experiences.
Yeah.
So if it has happened before, and then your kids call me, and you're like, whoa, that's so weird.
Yeah. It's bizarre. Or like
Yeah.
when it'll happen if I wake up in the middle of the night, right? And
This
my
is freaky.
my kids are older.
This is
and
right before Halloween that we're doing
Yeah.
this, and this is
Well-
like I need the Twilight music
No,
right
it's
now.
one of those things where my kids are older and they're out of the house, right? And if it mostly happens like when they're traveling on an airplane, right? It's it's one of those things.
So you're already alerted to the fact that there could be in an unsafe situation. They're not at home in bed sleeping.
Well, right. And then I mean, we've talked about, right, having the kids leave the nest and
Yes,
the things that we
yes.
go through. But what I'm saying is it's not that I'm staying up all night. It's I will wake up at a certain point
Yeah.
and check my phone and they're where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, it plus or minus 30 minutes, but
Yeah.
still, like I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm thinking about it
Right.
all the time.
So
I don't know.
my intuition has been right several times when I feel I have a ability, and we all do if you practice it, really, is basically picking up on like bad energy. Like
Okay.
your
yeah, share,
your partner
please.
comes home from work, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And you're just like, something's off.
Okay.
You can feel they haven't said anything, or maybe the fact that they didn't say something or whatever. You just pick up on that energy.
You feel it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have picked up on that energy on my children when I
Okay.
knew they were doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
And it could be their cells that were in me, or it could be their behavior. But I have definitely, and my kids would attest to this,
Yeah.
that they're like, I've never gotten away with anything with my mother. But it's
wow.
just, reading I can't describe it anything more than energy. It's not necessarily behavior,
Okay.
but it's when you sense something,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think females have had an intuition about red flags in situations, and they ignore their inner voice that says, this isn't right, and then
Because
later,
they don't want it to be right.
because they don't want it to be right.
Right.
And then later, 6 months later, they find out that their husband's been cheating on
Right.
them,
And they
or
were-
something
they were right.
along those lines,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have heard those stories more times than I can count
Okay.
on the socials. Like, that red flag thing, like,
Mhm.
not really right.
I get it.
You and I went through this together.
We did.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
I think.
Yeah. When I was dating someone.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I did want to ignore
You did.
my intuition, but my intuition was
You were spot on.
on.
100%. Spot on.
And it wasn't necessarily based on, it was just things I was picking up that went, that's not right. Or,
Yeah, yeah. There were the little things, and then it kind of came to that crescendo, right?
and then
And then you got into like
a deep dive.
super sleuth mode. But
It's a great story. One day we're going to tell that story on the podcast. But so my intuition, I have used it to my benefit hundreds of times.
okay. So,
Hundreds of times.
like, can you give another example
Well,
as to
when you've been in like, where you slightly feel you're in a dangerous situation, whether you're walking somewhere or something like that, we're females, when we've been in the city or,
Oh, yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that where,
I used to work in the city.
exactly. And the awareness is always to be don't be walking around in your phone, don't
Right.
be doing this.
You feel
should-
confident and assertive and
Yes.
always be looking around
And if
when
you
you
feel
walk.
unsafe, you turn around and you look at somebody
Right.
in the eyes.
Exactly.
Like, I see you. You don't
Yeah.
have to say anything, but
Right.
so I think that has served me well
Okay.
positively,
Okay.
many times.
All right. Fair.
Who knows what the outcome could have been?
Sure.
But when I feel something is off, I trust my gut.
I mean, I love it. Like I do feel that most women do trust their gut, like we've said,
Yeah.
and maybe have not wanted to pursue it, right? Because from the head, they don't want it to be like, oh,
They don't want it to be true.
this feels so good, and I don't want this to be true about this person or this
Right.
relationship or
Right.
whatever it is. And then ultimately it's true.
It is true.
So, ladies,
Trust your gut.
trust your gut.
These are questions to ask yourself before following your gut. Okay?
Okay.
So it says, these can be good prompts
Okay.
for self-reflection.
Okay.
So, is the feeling calm or is it charged with fear or excitement? Because intuition tends to be quiet and steady.
Right.
Fear feels pushy or chaotic.
Right. Right. And we talked about that.
I-
I mean, it's,
Yes.
Yeah.
In my experience, that's so true. It's like that, this isn't really right. This isn't like panic mode. Not somebody's
Right.
not running up behind me. It's like,
right.
I need to be aware it's not right that man is continuing to walk behind. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that kind of a thing.
It's that pause with something's rotten in Denmark. Right?
Is that a phrase?
It is a phrase.
Never heard it.
Yeah.
Rotten in Denmark.
Yeah.
Poor Denmark.
I know. And the most happiest people, I think, live there.
Really?
I think that's a thing too.
Sweden's up there too.
It is. All those Scandinavians, those countries.
Those are my genes. Sweden. I've never been to Sweden, but apparently they're happy people.
They are.
Okay. Another question to ask yourself is, have I felt this way before? And what happened last time? Because looking back can reveal what you've learned. And then you learn to trust your gut.
Which is kind of what we just talked about,
True,
right?
true,
So,
true.
yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
If I didn't overthink it, what would I do right now?
Oh.
You can ask yourself that question, because overthinking it is
Well, that's not,
not
a gut.
your intuition.
Right.
It's
that
not
would-
your intuition.
Yeah, that's not a gut reaction.
right.
But
It helps bypass the mental noise and get to your instinctiveness. Yeah.
So is that like, okay, it's where you want to send an email or a text,
Sure.
right, to someone, and you maybe write it out. We don't send it like they did on my best friend's wedding, but you write it out.
There was such a cute movie.
I love that movie. I love that movie. But what I'm saying,
But they don't get together.
I know, but
They're just best
it's
friends.
okay. It's okay.
Have you
But
ever had a best? Oh, that's not even your case. A best friend that you felt romantic about. But you and Maddie been together for
well,
so long.
that is
so.
my best friend.
All
Besides
right.
you know that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
But anyway, but that's the thing, right?
Yes, yes.
And we've done this before. Like,
Yes.
we've talked about, like, we've all done it, right? Where you write out something, or I'll sleep on it.
Yeah.
Right? Let me.
That is coming up
let me
there.
sleep
That
on
is
it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely true. Will I feel this way tomorrow after a good
Mhm.
night's sleep?
Mhm.
Because true intuition holds steady over time.
Okay.
Emotional impulses tend to fade.
So if it's
your
intuition,
point.
if I'm feeling this way
Same
today,
thing tomorrow, like,
and I
this
wake up
doesn't feel
tomorrow
right.
and I feel the same way, then
That's your intuition, and you should
Okay.
trust it.
that's actually really good, friends.
Yes.
I think that's a great tidbit
I
of
think that is
information
a great
to
yes.
take.
It's a good marker, right? It's a good
Yes.
like, I'm going to put this to the test. Yeah. Do I
Yeah.
still feel this way tomorrow, or am I just drunk and being irrational tonight?
Right.
Not
So
tonight.
not
but
this night, but
not on this
right.
day.
You all
yeah,
know
but
what
okay.
we mean, but yeah.
What's the worst that could happen, and can I live with that? You like that?
I
yeah.
do
Intuition
like that.
doesn't mean impulsivity.
Right.
It's grounded in awareness. So why do you think that's so good? As a good check mark to see if it's intuition or fear.
Well, I would say that, like, if I if I make this decision today and I can live with it,
Yeah.
then that's fine.
Yeah.
Like whatever I make today, right?
Yeah.
Whatever I'm saying or drawing a line in the sand, can I live with it?
Right.
Regardless of the outcome.
Right.
If it's yes,
That's
then,
a good little balance
then
check,
yes.
I call it. Yeah.
If it's no, then I don't know if that's intuition then.
Right. The other one I really like was, how does this decision feel in my body? And this is where I think women are better
Yeah.
at this than men. But some male tell me I'm wrong.
Well,
But it says, how does it feel in my body? A gut yes often feels expansive or relaxed.
oh, okay.
And a no can feel like tight,
Tight.
or uneasy or heavy.
Okay.
And I have definitely experienced that. And that's why I think women are better at intuition and sensing whether it's their intuition and being intuitive than men, because I think women are just a little bit more in tune with their bodies. Although
Well,
I would love to date a man that's very in tune with
do
his
we
body.
also think
For the
that
record, if you know any.
do
I'm
we
just-
also think that because of the fact that women, if you've had children, carry those cells, and or I mean it'd be really we
I
could
am
go
mind blown about the cell carrying
we
thing.
could go into a deeper dive, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, off the cusp, like, do we think that maybe that is the reason why?
Yeah.
Because you've got all these multiple cells potentially that are all in your body that
Right.
like produce whatever the scientific name is for
Yeah.
that, right? Because it is a
There
real
is- there
thing.
is a scientific name.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in our notes. Yeah.
So
They said exercises to strengthen your intuition are like meditation,
Hmm.
because you're putting your thoughts, you're trying to define your thoughts,
okay.
program yourself, right, to be
I like
more
that.
intuitive, journaling to put your thoughts on paper, and then also body awareness. Like, I know fear different from my intuition. I think I know that. But we are 55. We might be talking to someone that's 25 and
Who
you
might
might
not
not have
know, right.
harnessed that yet.
Yeah.
But I think the intuition is an amazing gift
Yeah.
that everyone, male, female, old, young, super old, should be leaning on.
Yeah.
Because we make decisions all day. You guys,
all day.
we just did a podcast about like pet peeves. And one
We
thing
did.
that we did.
We could make another one about pet peeves.
We have
Because
more.
we all have a lot of them.
We have more. But one thing that stood out on that podcast, Kimberly, was that although we are often or have often been in cars with people that are kind of hotheads when they're driving, we're not necessarily like that, because we have past experiences, we have a little bit more calmness where we're like, I'm not going to risk my life or the people that are in my car for like flicking somebody off or you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
The reaction to something that could make we could both be us and the overreactors in our head
Yes.
can both be mad about the same situation, but you and I tend to react differently.
Yes.
And I think that sometimes is our intuition. Where I'm
Well,
like, you know what? It's not worth it for me to
it
do
is not
that.
worth it. It's
And
not
I
worth
can be
it.
calm about it and be like, I'm just going to let that pass because I didn't maybe like the look of that person or whatever.
Right.
And I just get a bad feeling. Like they could maybe pull out a gun
Mhm.
and start shooting at my car. One example. Do you know what I
This is
mean?
true. This is very true.
I think the intuition can be so powerful. And so that's why we wanted to share
Yeah.
that on this podcast, is just kind of like talking about the what it is, it's an amazing gift.
It is. It is a gift, and we all have it. I
It's
think
like a
that's
caution sign that
right.
it's a red flag. It's a caution sign that comes up.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not good. It's usually a this isn't right.
Yeah, and it's science based. Like
It
this
is science based, you guys. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. So
And there's a name for all of yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we don't have all the scientific terms, but you know,
We're not scientists. We
no,
just play one on a
no,
podcast.
we're just here to be informants, you know, and bring.
We're not experts.
We're just experience.
we're just experience. That's how we started our podcast.
We did.
And this is maybe something that could be minor to someone, especially if you're younger. But I just encourage people to listen to your intuition because I think it is uber powerful.
I do. I absolutely agree. So, you know what? Here's to intuition,
Here is to intuition.
and cheers to our friends. And we hope you learned a little something, and maybe we'll take a little bit something, you know, with you, or pursue it a little bit further, gather a little bit more information, and
Yes.
maybe when you're in a situation next time, listen to your gut.
Listen to your gut. It doesn't lie. Listen to your gut. Cheers, friends. Thanks for watching.
We love you. Ciao.